there, Stop the Flooding Now guys and gals. This is Virginia here, and I'm at the corner of Van Buren and South Gladstone Arch over in Windsor Woods. And yesterday we had a picture of this. And that picture was this area over here flooded, as you just saw. And I want to point out a few things to you that's going on here over in this section of town. So, we're going to bring it on over here. I'm going to step out a little bit. And, let's see. Oh, right over that way, we have a stormwater drain. And then we have another one over by the sign over there. I don't know if you can see it or not. So there's a couple of drains right there that were actually underwater yesterday in that picture that you just saw. And I want to just show you a couple things about those drains and teach you a couple things to do when those drains get clogged up. So, come on. Okay, so we're just a little bit further than where we were just a moment ago. I'm standing in front of this drain that I forgot to show you. This is a stormwater intake or stormwater drain. It's called an intake because it takes the water in. Or at least it's supposed to take the water in. And what happens is once the water goes down there, there's something called a catch basin. And guys, we're not supposed to be lifting these things and sticking our hands into them, so I'm not going to do that for you. But I'm going to show you a quick little snapshot of what one of those looks like that was done some time ago when the city opened one up for me. Will you just go ahead and play that for me? Alright. Okay, so that's what it looks like on the inside of one of those stormwater catch basins. So what happens is water comes down the road, it goes into the stormwater catch basin, and that catch basin then puts it into what's called a stormwater main. Alright, so I'm standing right on top of the stormwater main right now. And the size of this stormwater main right here is an 18-inch stormwater main. Now across the street from me, right here, is another stormwater catch basin. There's a pipe that goes from the catch basin that's right here to my right to that catch basin on my left, and that's a stormwater main, and that one is 15 inches. So we've got 15 inches of pipe taking water from that catch basin across the street into this catch basin. And then we've got another pipe coming from that direction down Van Buren all the way over to this catch basin. And that pipe is an 18-inch pipe. But then once that 15-inch coming this way connects to this 18-inch coming this way, now we've got another pipe that goes over here to the catch basin on the corner over there. And that pipe is 21 inches. So imagine with me for a moment, you've got 18-inch pipe coming from this direction, 15-inch pipe coming from this direction, and then 21-inch pipe coming from that direction. There's a number of things that can go on there where we've got 15 inches this way and 18 inches this way. So we have 15 inches, which is 3 inches less than this way. So the water coming this way is moving faster than the water coming this way. And sometimes when that happens, you can get a backup as to, the water, when it's hitting each other, then it slows down. But another reason why these storm drains can also not drain is there might be a clog going on. So what happens is you call the city. This is what you are supposed to do, okay? This is your job. The city does not have a drain maintenance program where they come out here and they check this drain and they check that drain and they check the drain across the street, or they look down into the pipes. No, they wait for you, the consumer or the resident, to give them a call and say, hey, my stormwater drain isn't draining. Then the city brings out a white truck, which is called a vac truck, and vac meaning short for vacuum. That truck gets out here and they open up this catch basin and they take a look on the inside and see if they need to stick that vacuum down there and suck some things out of it. And they might turn on down the street just a little ways there's a fire hydrant. So they might turn on that fire hydrant, open it up, and let the water flow into this catch basin. They'll pop this one open, they'll pop that one open, they'll pop the one open over there, and they'll take a look at watching that water flow into those catch basins and see if indeed those catch basins are catching the water and letting it flow down the 18-inch, the 15-inch, and the 21-inch. And that's basically what they're going to do, that vac truck. That's what they're told to do. They don't do it because they don't not do more because they don't like you. They don't do more because they're not allowed to. That is the city's maintenance program. But it begins with you making that call. Now let's say you make that call, the vac truck comes out, they look in the catch basins, they suck out a little bit of the garbage here and there that might be in it, and then it rains again like it's raining now. And let's say it gets even harder rain, and then it still floods. Well, now you're upset because now you've got a resolved ticket that says the city resolved your flooding issues, but they really didn't because it's still flooding. And I know a lot of you have had trouble with that. So what could be causing that? Well, it could be, like I just mentioned, 18 inches, 15 inches to 21 inches. There's a little bit of restriction there. Or it could mean that somewhere in the whole series of all these catch basins, like in this picture here, it could mean that in that whole series of all these stormwater mains and catch basins that are all together leading to the outfall, it could mean there's a clog somewhere along that line. So you've got to stay on the job, so to speak. It's your part as a resident to report it and then stay on the job to make sure that the city completes what needs to be done. Okay, so I just moved for a moment so you can see where I am, corner of Gladstone Arch and Van Buren. Now this whole street right here does not have any stormwater pipes. Their drainage system starts here and also is at the other end of South Gladstone Arch, like in this picture here. So as you can see from the city map, there aren't any stormwater pipes going along South Gladstone Arch. This stormwater main right here, this stormwater catch basin that I'm standing on, the other stormwater catch basin that we were at before, stormwater catch basin over there, those are to help South Gladstone Arch, as well as on the other side of South Gladstone Arch where it meets to Gladstone Road. There are a couple of catch basins there, or intakes over on that side. So this entire neighborhood of 15 houses doesn't have any stormwater mains or catch basins along South Gladstone Arch. So it's your job, like I said before, to report when these stormwater drains are flooding, and then to stay on that job and to continue to report it. Because if it continues to flood after you've already reported, vac truck's already been out, now the city needs to bring out someone that has a little more oomph in what they're going to do. And that oomph is going to be someone like Tri-State Utilities is going to come out here and they're going to look at the entire series of catch basins where it begins all the way to where it outfalls, which this outfall goes all the way to the Presidential Canal, and they're going to look at that whole line of stormwater intakes and stormwater mains, catch basins, and they're going to look and see if there are any clogs throughout it. And a project like that, for something as large as this, though, that could take, anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks for them to do that, depending on the weather. So you really have to stay on top of this stuff with the city. That's why you pay a stormwater fee, believe it or not. You pay that stormwater fee so that you can report when your stormwater drain is clogged, and the city can send out the vac truck, do a quick inspection. If that doesn't work, then you can contact them again. You pay that fee so you can contact them again, and the city can bring out someone like Tri-State Utilities to clean out the entire line. Which, by the way, is really what needs to be done most of the time, is that the entire line needs to be cleaned. This happened to me when I lived on the corner of Old Forge Road and South Plaza Trail. It flooded. My home flooded in Hurricane Matthew, and when I moved back in, it was still flooding. city sent out a vac truck. They looked at everything. They opened up the fire hydrant and made water go in it and showed me how water was draining. But then it rained hard again and it flooded again. So then they sent out Tri-State Utilities, and Tri-State Utilities went and cleaned out the whole line all the way to my outfall, which was the Presidential Canal as well. And they found things in the line, the whole series of lines that were constricting the flow of water. And once they cleaned that out, then my drain began to drain the way it should drain. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm standing in the rain today. That's why I'm talking to you about this, because I know you're frustrated. And I know what it feels like to be frustrated like that, because I was frustrated that way too. And I don't want you frustrated. So the best thing for you to do is to call in a drain that's clogged. Once that vac truck comes out, if that doesn't solve the issue, stay on top of it. Even if C-Clicks gives you a resolved ticket, call it in again. Say it's not resolved. Thank you for sending out the vac truck, but that didn't fix my problems. I need you to send out someone like Tri-State Utilities to come and clean the whole line, because obviously there's a constriction somewhere in the line. It's not just this one stormwater drain. And that's the kind of stuff that you've got to say to the city. And they have the money to do it, and they will send someone out to do it, because you pay a fee for them to come out and do it. Here on the edge of the Presidential Canal. Hi! And you can see right over here we have a stormwater outfall that the city webpage says is a 54-inch, and then there's two more outfalls here and here. They're saying on the city webpage that they're 60-inch outfalls, but we've been told that's incorrect. And it's really difficult to see. You're like, outfall? What? There's no hole there. Well, there's a little bit of a hole right there, and then there aren't any holes. You can't see the holes here because the outfalls are underwater. So this is something that's a work in progress. We're back here behind this construction zone, and they're working on, this is the Presidential Canal, and it leads all the way to Lake Trashmore. So this is where those stormwater mains and stormwater intakes, they all lead right down here, just like the video you just saw. So that's really what's going on here, and I just wanted to give you a little snapshot of how this stuff works so that you can understand, because the best thing for you to do is to understand what's going on. And then when you understand, then you know how to respond to people like city officials or city engineers when they talk to you about this stuff. And I know that not all of you can come out here in your flip-flops like me and stand on the banks of a canal that could cave in at any moment. So I'm here doing it for you, and I'm going to go, just in case it caves in.